It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog.
Extension.
I tell them that we are the bridge between the university, the research, and the knowledge that's gained at the university, and we deliver it through the general public.
Most of the time I just say that I help farmers because they understand what a farmer is, and I feel like that's kind of what we're all trying to do, is to help the farmers have better operations. So that's usually what I say, and then they ask if I'm a vet, and I have to tell them no. So
that I am a resource person here at Bannock County. That extension, I can service anyone in the county, which is quite big over here, and I provide food safety, nutrition, and health topics.
Well, I try to have a little elevator speech like you're supposed to, and what I usually tell them is that we extend information from the University of Idaho, and I provide non-credit, informal adult education on topics related to agriculture, and in my particular case, animal science. So I said we put on non-credit courses, we do field tours, we do demonstration field research and clinics and different events. Anyway, it's all non-credit adult and youth education.
Okay.
My responsibilities are to meet the educational needs of livestock producers in Owyhee County and across the state. I usually follow that up with, I have a lot of freedom as to whether that's one-on-one visits, classes, workshops, field days, those kinds of things.
So the first thing that people recognize when I'm talking to them about being an agriculture educator for the U of I is, of course, 4-H. And then I kind of jump off of that and explain that we do a lot of the same things with adults, where I specifically focus on livestock features, such as doing cowboy schools in the fall or trying to do beef calving schools in the winter. I just kind of try to explain that I'm a liaison in between the university and them as producers at the county level, and that our office is also able to reach a wide variety of people with family consumer science questions or agronomy questions or the dreaded horticulture questions.
This item is significant to me because it is a copy of the closing out sale from my family farm in western Nebraska, and this happened in 1931.
Wow.
And so it's when they sold everything. They were able to keep the land, but they sold everything. And this was one of the largest sales in western Nebraska at this time. So this is a poster of that. So my dad was 4 years.
I have this little blue heeler, which my dog tore the face off of, as you can see, because I have a blue heeler. And so on our honeymoon, we went to this store, and I was missing my dog because I'm obsessed with her. So my husband bought me this dog. So now I keep it in my office, and she can't come to my office.
Aww.
So now, but I do have a picture of my wife and my boys. I've got 3 sons, and my wife, that we've been married for 36 years. And I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll try to hold it up here. But that's my beautiful wife, Julie. Like I say, we've been married 36 years. And I don't know how the heck she ever agreed to marry me. This is PJ, my grandson. So.
And how?
Just another one of me and the old man. This was back in a younger day for both of us that we were canoeing in some lake in South Carolina, canoe camping.
Cool.
And we came to this little wood man, and nobody wanted him. And I just thought, my dad bought that, and it meant something special to him. And I love the out of doors. I love gardening. I love hiking and camping, trailer trips. So I thought, I'm going to put that in my office. So part of my dad is always with me. It's kind of just a nice reminder of my dad.
Oh,
Oh man, I have inherited a rubber chicken. This is mine now. It was left here, and I don't want him to feel abandoned, so his significance is he will go with me to the new building.
and what do you plan on doing when you retire?
Traveling. We have children spread out over the United States, and we really like to travel. We own a travel trailer, and we love to take it up in the mountains. And we've taken it kind of far, but I think it'd be fun just to go park it in an RV park and then just drive our car around and go visit our kids and see the sites where our kids live.
What do you want to do when you retire?
Probably farm or ranch. We have a couple cows. Well, my husband has cows with his dad, so we're starting to farm. So when I retire, hopefully we'll have that to do.
Okay. What do you plan on doing when you retire?
Okay. Well, I don't know yet. It's still a few years away, but I don't know. I like to golf, so maybe I'll do a little golfing.
Well, I'm not much of a person to sit around and do nothing. So when I retire, I expect that I will do maybe a lot more fishing than I get done right now. I expect at some point my wife and I actually want to serve a mission for our church. And probably other than that, chase grandkids. Awarded the top livestock extension program in the country from the National County Agents Association, and this was for our team effort on the Lost Rivers Grazing Academy.
Wow.
Oh, I think so far, getting a poster accepted for a national convention, I think that's probably been the big, the best feeling I felt so far is I've had 2 posters accepted, and that's been really exciting.
I think the moment happens every time I teach IDA H2O to kids, to high school students especially. When you get some high school, I was just there yesterday at an alternative high school, and you get those kids that really struggle in classrooms to actually get some of the points. You've been engaging and you've gotten them to see the importance of making these connections as young people. That's one of the proudest things I can do, because it's really hard.
Last livestock school, we had like 30 people come, and afterwards a lot of the farmers and ranchers came up to me and were actually interested in what I talked about and said that they gained a lot from the other speakers. And one of them was like, oh, I didn't know that your family farmed, and now that I do, I feel more comfortable with you, is kind of the feeling I got from them. So that was probably my proudest moment.
I don't think I can just narrow it down to one, but one of the proudest things that I get to experience is when something I've taught to a group of youth really actually sinks in, like what ultrasound data actually means. They may not always understand it, but they at least can recognize the importance of it and want to talk about it. And so that's always a really exciting moment for me that I'm proud I get to be a part of. Oh, my dad would hit me for this, but I made a mistake at 4-H camp and got confused about what a legume was and was talking about wheat bread to a bunch of kids. And Mr. Sunshine Chad Cheney had to correct me. That was probably pretty embarrassing. Funny now.
Tough one. Had more than one. One time I was judging a fair and completely blew it. That was when I was first out of college. I knew I screwed up, but it was too late. One time Ken Hart and I actually did this one together just a couple of years ago. We were presenting information on our alfalfa variety trials, and we had the wrong data. So you get up in front of about 75 producers and you don't have the correct information. It's a little embarrassing. So
Equipment failure, breakage, stuff. I think I had it at the Kootenai County Fair. I had my stream table all set up and ready to go, and the pump died. And I had sort of promised everybody, okay, kids, we're going to go and get the stream table going, and then it didn't.
I was helping Joel do farm financial management, and I had to talk about health and insurance, and we were talking about life insurance, and I accidentally said that once you reach the age of 65, you're more likely to die, and I'm pretty sure there were people there that were above that age. So that was a little awkward and embarrassing, yeah. And I
think it's always embarrassing when you get stumped. Somebody will ask you a question and you don't immediately know the answer, or you get that frozen brain syndrome where you can't quite bring the answer up into your brain. So those are always humbling experiences. So that's.
I dropped the panels. We dropped the panels off. Well, then a couple of days later, I was just happened to be standing close by at a meeting. I was standing close by one of the producers who was talking to the sheriff, and he mentioned that they had found these panels laying off the side of the road on his place. And anyway, I was one property beyond where I thought it was supposed to be, and he was convinced somebody had set those off there to maybe try to corral a few cattle in Russell.
Oh, I really enjoy riding our Harley-Davidson motorcycle with my husband. So that's one of my hobbies that we do a lot in the summertime. And I like reading. I like sewing, occasionally handwork. I do Christmas stockings for my kids and grandkids and that type of thing.
Side of work.
I like to play with my dogs, and I like to go hiking. I like to work cows and ride horses. That's probably about
Work.
When I travel, I'm usually crocheting or embroidering. I also like to read. I love to cook, and I can't wait to garden. So those are.
List some of your hobbies and interests.
Ooh, well, I'm a canoeist, and I'm a lifelong canoeist.
When I was 14 years old, my father had a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, and we went to Sturgis, and he was very careful as to where he took me at different places in Sturgis, recognizing I was his teenage daughter.
Believe it or not, I'm actually pretty shy. And so a lot of times with folks, when I first meet somebody, I don't have a lot to say until I'm around somebody a little bit, and then I relax a little bit more.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people don't know that I can actually sing, so that's probably something most of them don't know.
And
That I have skydived.
really?
So because I look pretty timid and kind of quiet, and I have soft spoken, so I think they just don't see that side of me where I might jump out of a plane with a parachute on. So I think that might be
Worker.
Hit the ground running, and go, and listen to the people around you, and find mentors, and find the people around you who are doing the same sorts of jobs as you, and listen to them and listen to their stories of both success and failure.
They're in there. As far as a new coworker goes, you have to be successful in extension. I think you have to love the people. You have to love education and have a real desire to help people improve their situation in life.
Areas of number one, I would encourage them to work hard. I would encourage them to make good decisions, choose their friends wisely, share, and take care of themselves.